Alright, here we are, back again. This game. I might remember this game, played it once or twice. So... I had a little bit of inspiration before, this thing, and so I've just been changing up the decor a little bit. In fact, I could just actually go here. It occurred to me I could use the fancy pants tile as the base. Lucifer appears. How you doing? So yeah, it occurred to me I could use the fancy dark tile reinforced plate to go underneath these things. I also compacted them a little bit closer together again. I actually quite like the look. I was also experimenting with the light tile as the path because it is considerably faster again than refined concrete. Refined concrete is, what is it, 150%, whereas this is like nearly 200, 175%. So it's an extra 25% walk speed over regular path. I don't know that I like it as path. Because then this gap that I had before, I turned that into refined concrete and it just looks a bit weird. Like, it doesn't quite look right. Not happy with the look. So I'm going to have to think about that a little bit more, I think. And then I've also used regular concrete here, which is kind of like a stone brick, really, with weeds in it and everything. Which means that this staggers. I suppose if I did that to there, then it still, the refined concrete still looks like a path, so I don't know. It's just a bit of a weird one. I think. This is also very rapidly accumulating junk. It is concerning because it means that like this isn't. It's going to back up eventually, potentially. Yeah. It also, ooh, gap there. It also extend it around here and just get a feel for him. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm probably going to change that. Probably going to change some other stuff here too, but yeah, it's enough for now. How's Lucifer doing anyway? Now that I finished getting that bit of rambling off. Oh, how much is it? Yeah, you are 396 out of. I ram another load in there. 316. Change that to 320,000. Call another train in. Oh yeah, it is May the 4th. Be with you. That's so corny. Unbelievable. Something is up also with this request. Oh, it's the old one, that's why. So I was like, something's up with it. Yeah, it's the old one with the bit shifter that doesn't quite behave the way it should. Erp. Slowly fill up. Hopefully... yeah, nah. You still have 40k on you. So this means I have 400 here, which means I need no more than what is it? It's 400,000 miners or 400 miners 130, so 300, 280, 270 even. Yeah, so I shouldn't send any more in under that much. Yeah. Well, that's a problem for future me. It'll sort itself out eventually. Fine. It's fine. It'll unload eventually. Hello, train. Bye, train. First item on the agenda is to not get hit by a train, ideally. I mean, I know most people are hoping for the best, but I'll try and avoid it if all possible. I need to poke the signs with a stick and see what the hold up is. It is purple. Oh yeah, because it's up to purple tech. Know how to do that. I think that is the last that translates over to purple tech as far as the electric locos go too. No, it isn't. It's the second last. Well, either way, I'll throw a bunch in there and maybe we'll hope for the best. Good enough. Yeah, the real item on the agenda today is I'm going to ignore all those outpost things, and I need to make room for the next build because I need to keep this thing progressing because it's sort of been semi-avoiding it, but um, avoiding it. It's, yeah, been entirely avoiding it and expanding it because it's kind of a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work. So we're gonna get up there. It's really just gonna be, I think it's gonna be all just land filling and spider killing today. I suspect. Just pull the band-aid, get it over and done with. I has extra. Probably just gonna have to try and survive as is. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nothing will go wrong. Freeze. So, has thingy gone off? Yes, it has. Excellent. Decided to ping the thing. I know I did say that it was a maybe today. I think the answer is the follow up to the maybe today is definitely won't be on tomorrow. I think I'll survive the rate that I'm going. Yeah, I'll stop that complaining. Next step, tidy up this. Is this one? Yes, it is. Seeing as though I've completely stripped the whole thing bare. And we can put all the track back and everything. Actually, don't need to do that. I can just paste this down. Oh, right. Power poles. They gotta go too, don't they? What part of the world am I in? Um, Factorio world or the world world? I mean, the world world, I would imagine that the koalas give it away. G'day. Let us. We need to do. We need to summon you. And this is presumably going to end quite badly. Yes, Australia. Australia. Hey, mate. Right side up world. Yes. It is the right side up world. You're in Noosa. Hey, Bris Vegas land. And then Kiwi land. There's actually a lot of Kiwis hanging out here. We're in the Kiwi land. Alright, let's dump some junk in the trunk. Dump lots of junk in the trunk. The junk and yeah, you. It probably won't be junked. I also need to check you. Yeah, you're the modern one. I think you're the improved one. I want it. I want you. Need the train of happiness and liberation. Come pay a visit. Oh, that's pollution. What the hell do I want? That's the thing I want. Probably should actually go over there too. We also need the fish spider. Because normally when I deploy the artillery, I do very much need to deploy the railgun turrets as well. Because inevitably what happens is when you blow up the biter bases is there is some reprisal. So should be liberating the biters right now. Excellent. It's just some fireworks. It's just a bit of a fireworks show for the biters. Had a bonus, it gets rid of all them. I said, gets rid of all them. Hello, spiders. How you doing today? Need a few of these. Yeah, I'm gonna need more than a few, I think. Would also be nice to, because I got the next tier of artillery. Okay, you'll do. The antimatter artillery shells would be, I think it was called antimatter artillery shells. Antimatter anti-shells. Yes. It is also slightly the wrong direction to what I was intending. Cross. There's a bit of an art form to getting the destroyer capsules to do what you want. Sort of got to flick them. If you look up at really ancient Factorio tutorials, they'll talk about the J-hook technique, where you sort of run into a base in a J shape, and it sort of slingshots the destroyer capsules into the base. Anyone else playing this? Also rewrites a lot of it. Yeah, this game is very moddable. It's actually funny that they describe the game as basically a glorified lure interpreter. So you can just do whatever the hell you want with it. Have a little bit of danger close. Unfortunately, still not fast enough for killing. Need to industrialize the biter clearing even faster. This game would be as successful without mod support? Nah, no way. I think the modability of it is a big selling point. I mean, having said that, the Atom, okay, and here, hang on, trying to continue the thought that I had. Hopefully they're all, yep, they're all dead between the spiders and the thingies. Like some of the game would still be successful because when the game sort of first kicked up, it was like one of the big focuses was really getting the game in a very polished or functionally polished playable state, which was a bit of a novelty in like 2014, 2015, 2016. Like the game released on Steam in 2016, which is the point where it really opened up to the wider audience. And from the outset, they always intended on being, he's exploding. They always intended on being, having the gameplay very well polished, and at a high standard. That's not good. Oh no, they survived. But yeah, once you get past the vanilla, launching a rocket, the game does tend to run out of momentum a little bit. And being an open-ended game, to an extent, you've got to design your own goal. being a Minecraft style game. Yeah, you got to, at the end of the day, design your own goals. And so like one of the classic ones was a one rocket a minute base. Finally cleared the red. But doing a one rocket a minute a base back before in the before times was kind of a pain in the butt. It was something like you had to really go out of your way to do. It's definitely caters to that a lot more now. Game also performed a lot poorer or back then. So having a one rocket a minute base usually meant a significant drop in FPS. Oh yeah, I mean I'm at the point where we're just destroying them. Pretty much at the point where they're more of an inconvenience. There's actually only one of the many different ways you can do it. I mean, I could literally piss on them too. There, just with flaming piss. It's not as effective as it used to be, unfortunately. For a while, this game's been through so many combat iterations, and it's just never. It's the one thing this game does lack is good combat. It's always been a little bit lacking. It's early to mid game, it's fine, and then you get to end game, and it's just ugh. I probably don't want to stand too near that. Well, that significantly cleared them out. At least significantly helped with clearing them out. Need more of a fortnight? Endgame spamming nukes, yeah. Got them fork knives. Or an Among Goose. I remember Among Goose. That game that came after it. They said Untitled Goose Game, but no, it was a goose style thing. Endgame is just spamming something. I think, well, I say I think, I do know that Factorio 2 does add an endgame super tank as well. Heard anything about the DLC? No, it's been radio silence for over a year on that. I mean, there's several mod makers that joined the actual team. Two or three. I remember. I know the space exploration mod maker joined to work on it. But I don't remember. I remember JD saying there was another one. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, Erendel was space exploration, wasn't he? And yeah, Rhaegar is the one I don't remember. I don't know what they're famous for. I need to not stand there. Standing there is not good for the health. Oh, it is the Crastorio dude. 'Cause, 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 Okay. Alright, let's bring some rain. Care package is incoming, biters. Oop, that one was a dud. That's that one wagon which doesn't have nuclear artillery shells loaded. Thank you, water save. Mostly working on GUI stuff? Ah, okay. I wish that would reveal at least something about what the hell they're planning. I guess they're, I don't know, trying to be more focused and tight-lipped. They changed their strategy. It's actually kind of funny because the FFFs were introduced because they would never talk about anything. It's like their way of being more transparent. uh, has gone back down to radio silence. Alright. Oh, it never ends. Yeah, exact opposite. That was what I was thinking. It's they're what a inverted. And the Alt F4 is something. I appreciate that the efforts that they're working on it, but it's not the same. It's more like a community newsletter than like an actual development blog. All right. It's actually tempting to equip some of the those mass destruction capsules. Are they? These things, the antibiotic capsules. Doesn't that also um yeah, that kicks back the evolution, I think. Remember for sure, but given that the text sort of implies it, a spellmaster appears, fearing to get that skull drummed, presumably. You know, do something like that. Or at the very least, do something. Make me some land. Even the radio silence, the player base is still really active. Yeah. I mean, the game is definitely got a life of its own. As I say, like the modding support really does help it. All right. Important fish are being acquired. Cliffs are being destroyed. Also very important. I even enabled them in the first place. Don't question it. It's one of those things that just is. There's that skull drumming we know and love. I suppose if I added more landfill spiders, it'd probably do a more solid job of landfilling everything. Same with collecting fish. Just add more spiders that collect fish. You're wondering why I collect fish? Memes mostly. She gets points. It's not how that works. I don't give participation awards around here. Although technically you do get a participation award in form of 10 points every 10 minutes. Having said that. Oh, I forgot to get the fish counter out. Damn it. So I did actually, you do actually remind me, I did check. Yes, that thing is the old obsolete one, and I did rescue the modern one. Basically, you get a point a minute. Oh yeah, except for the fact that it doesn't actually add points. Like in theory, it's supposed to be 10 points every 10 minutes, but it doesn't actually give you 10 points every 10 minutes currently because it's broken. Right, here's my thingy. No Twitter bot. Technically, I do have a Twitter bot. I just don't use it. 42k a month for their API. Oh, okay. Guess no Twitter bot then. Yeah, a little less flashy. Except they're going to immediately disband because there is no path, presumably. Graphics are good. They spend a lot of effort getting those right. And well, this is actually the updated one as well. And it was worth the wait for it. Also flashing warning. Might have been a bit late for that though. It is an island. Oh yeah, 'cause I was like, why is it 0? And I had to think of it for a moment. I was like, oh yeah, it's under the range. That makes sensibles. Refill. And think do paint. It's probably a terrible idea up there because there's no defenses. technically there's no defences here now because this is no longer water. I'd better deal with that. Right, what do we got? By the way, you probably really shouldn't use artillery to explore, right? Have I mentioned that before? Shouldn't really use artillery to explore. I mean, in this state it actually doesn't matter that much. At least we're randomly blowing up some base chunks. But yeah, when you're into sort of end game, you end up just exploring terrain for the sake of exploring terrain, and it does grind the game to a crawl. Does significantly impacts performance. I like the idea of this tip up here. What I might also do, summon you lot up there. They have rockets? Yes, they do. You haven't actually, I haven't really shown these off before, but these spiders are actual defensive slash offensive response spiders that are just full of rockets. Did I show these off? I don't remember. I think I set these up and then it was just sort of a side thing that you didn't really see much of. Yeah, the yellow one, or orange ones. Ah, belt. Need to come up with a more permanent solution for this. Yeah, something like that. 2k or 5k, whatever the hell it was. I think a few died along the way though. Memory. Presumably I will encounter some biters around here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Found them. There's actually no radar there too, which is a problem down the bottom. This will get them off the continent, which would be good. Get a radar down there. That is the question. Can I get a radar down there? Probably with a building glider. Building spider. The cyan ones, but those are at the other side of the map. No, I don't have a road report down there. The only thing I had, the only thing that has radars. Oh, maybe the train ones do. The white ones. Are they nearby? I think the train ones have. That's not a good sound. You. Down. How did you get round that? Spits into the ocean, yeah. That's the prediction thing. Right, we need to hurry down there, hurry down there, hurry down there. Work those little leggies. Just a teeny tiny bit munched on. Yeah, I saw that. It happens pretty frequently. It's even funnier when they damage the fish. They oh balls. That's not good. That's the thing that I wanted the radar on, just in case. That means they got round the fences. Just a dozen dark patches. Well, that's the end of the artillery train number 3. I think they also might have eaten some spiders. Excuse you, sir. One spider was destroyed, apparently. Oh, that's shields, okay. Okay, we're happy here. Yeah, they came right around. 8 from the back. Need to switch back to regular railgun shells, because explosive ones just do more damage than than good. Like, that works quite well. Came from behind. They came from behind. Lucky this isn't connected properly. Someone was smart with the defences, it's just that someone was outsmarted by the biters. They're going to be coming from everywhere. Oh, that's a lot of biters. That's actually a lot. How far does the pollution extend? Not far, really. It's sort of self-contained at the minute. This is why I'm supposed to have shields to stop them, the bots popping up and doing things. I mean, blowing up cliffs is important, however. Actually, just turn them off. Yeah, it's very important. Also fish. Now, how much damage can I still do with this thing? Somewhat. I mean, my ability to artillery is significantly kneecapped, though. first, just straight in, I guess. Hopefully any spillover the railguns will deal with. Too close to that yet. Just all behemoth worms. Because the behemoth worms can generally survive the artillery. Flashbang.exe, yeah. It's the one downside to artillery nukes. There's a lot of flashing. Pretty sure the antimatter nukes does actually do a better job of clearing, because the explosion is like the damaging explosion is considerably bigger. Oh, hello. Whoops. Bye bye. That got rid of those bots. Luckily, I got more. That could have ended in disaster if I walked into that. Yeah. They took the artillery to the knee for me on my behalf. That's also a significant quantity. Bombs all going off around me. I don't know which ones are going to land on top of me. Gonna keep kiting them in. Hope for the best. And hope that I don't walk into them. Should actually be getting pretty close now. The markers are gone. That means they're coming. Shells are coming. Yeah, there they are now. Incoming. Should be like a whole line of them. Oh, I thought that were the bombs were the bombs. Didn't really do anything. I think I really just kited them around ground zero. Master Skull gets drummed again. Uh-oh. I really absorbed a lot of goop there. There. The nuke that wipes out half the countryside. I think it's time to go craft it. Let's tidy up around here. And we'll go organize that capsule. Ah. Battery's dead as well. How far from empty are you? I got a bit to go. Yeah, the explosive shells really make a mess of everything. Oh, you nearly got underneath there. Protein baths. Oh dear. That is a powerful weapon of mass destruction, that is. Right. Yeah. Mustard gas. We don't use things banned by the Geneva Convention here. Actually, technically we do. I would say the same about cruel and unusual punishment, but, but again, in 10,000 atomic shells raining down from the sky, you can't go wrong. It's saying that 4,000 we produced and we've consumed 2,400. We need to work on that. Not using nearly enough ordnance. Not nearly collecting enough fish. Done that, Spidey. $180 artillery. Yeah, that would help it along nicely, wouldn't it? Alright, let's collect the remains of this train. Oh wait, let's disconnect. Let's press the button. Most of the shells were used on gliders and weren't eaten. Get to experience the track in its half-finished form. It would be really nice to start using this. If I can use the stone crushing and such. It's so slow. I mean, we can now upgrade it. We can give it the cargo electric trains. Is there another? What was the? Oh no, it was the provider, upgraded provider. That's right. Missing. Oh, active providers. Okay. JD-sized RV train. It looks a little asymmetric as well, doesn't it? Big nukie. Okay. Let's come over to our makeshift ME 2.0, which is slowly expanding, which is slightly concerning. And alright, it's terrain. It's becoming the real one, isn't it? This becoming the real one. Hey, Kill Bill. Hey. Antimatter railgun, and antimatter turret rocket. Oh yeah, the rocket turret rocket. Of area effect size 6. Yeah, this one is, what is it? Area effect 12. Destroys cliffs. Area of effect 35. Area of effect 50. Yeah, the area is huge. It really is. So that doesn't make the thing I was looking for. What do you made in? Is it a... Oh, biolab, okay. Need a poison capsule. A poison capsule is that. Which in turn is that and that. Video was a full minute behind? Oh, interesting. I mean, haven't had drop frames this time. That's one of the weird things that happens. Time. It's kind of interesting how Twitch is falling behind in that regard. Like the video delivery was always a good thing, but it's not nearly as good as it compared to. I suppose it performs the same as it always has, but everything else has become so much better that comparatively it just doesn't perform nearly as well as it used to. So I need 2 biolabs. Poison capsule needed landfill for a second. Oh yeah, the circuit. It's one way, just bury the biters. Biomethanol. Okay, so that means you can slide into the DMs of the biomethanol area over here somewhere. How I put it? What did I deconstruct? No, it's up here. That's right. This should be biomethanol. Antibiotic. So you're going to need nitric acid and biomethanol. Okay. Lazy way to do it would be to plug it in there. And now you've got the biomethanol. It's funny, as I say that the chat just flickered for me. Just looked up and I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I think when the thing was scrolling for the song list, it just flashed. Now it just needs nitric acid. Yes, your nitric acid. I had a feeling there was nitric acid here. Go plug some of that in. Whoop. Whoop to whoop. Pop. We can't productivity that, but we can speed it. 600 seconds crafting time. Okay, then where's the singularity beacons gone? Somewhere. There. Base of one like that. That should do it. Oh, oh dear. I didn't realize it actually had pulsating mass inside it. Oh. Well, it's really throbbing now. That could just be a straight. Also more faster. Do these stack? Yes, they do. Let's make... we'll say 500. From what I remember of these things, they do have an area of effect. suppose while we're waiting, I could go fix those up. I'll let those do their thing, and then, now with some attention. Hello, train. Hello, train. Yeah, I'll go just... I mean, I could just tell it to request chests, but where's the fun in that? I mean, that is literally the fun in that, is telling it to request chests. Hello there, General Spellmaster Kenobi, even though you've already been here. From the oh, now I get you. Can do is tell this to give me some requesters, give me some inny things, and give me some outy things. Now I'm thinking I might move that over to here, bring the tank down here, maybe even have a bigger tank. Need that, just to disconnect it for now. And then have another thingy that turns the spent fuel cells back into matter. If that's power positive, can't surely be. The idea of turning the fuel cells into matter, which in turn, there's no way that's got to be power positive. I'd have to 47.1, 10 uranium goes into them. 10 uranium. But two shiny rocks goes into it. And it becomes 50 gigajoules at a cost of 2 shiny rocks and some steel, which is steel's nothing. Oh. Feeling I'm getting is it is power positive. If not as... But I don't think it actually is. But it's going to be pretty damn close. You can override it. Do 5,000, it should override it. Yeah, do 5,000, it should, if I remember rightly. I might be forgetting wrong, having said that. Yeah, now I'm wondering, because you're also getting stone into 3.5 matter. What does it take to reconstitute? 7. No, it isn't. It's also possible it didn't actually do it. Oh, it's stuck at 0. So the bot, won't actually correctly increment hours anymore. Ever since there was an API update. And it's just never worked since, and no one knows why. I was tracking a Reddit thread about it, but I actually looked at it. It's just unfortunate that I can't find a replacement bot for it. Otherwise I would use it. I did set up Phantom. Phantom? Yeah, Phantom. But it was basically just a glorified Nightbot. It wasn't that good. Yeah, that doesn't block it up. Uh, well, if you did spend 500, it's all for you actually won then. So if you didn't overwrite, then you're actually a winner. While I'm here, just gonna tweak this. Yeah, I've come to the conclusion that I might use the light one for other base stuff. Like, it is nice to run that fast. You see the difference in run speed. Um, but with this many legs in the like 4 armor or whatever the hell it is, it doesn't really matter. It's 25% run difference, run speed difference. It's as long as you're on one either of the concretes, you're gonna go fast. Oh no, that actually stores a lot. What are you? Aren't you changing? Actually need to be touching is the question. I thought this thing, like, because it's a double arrow, it should just be ejecting. That one ejects nitric acid. One's not doing anything. I thought. Might as well do a little bit of a redesign since it's not working. What? Look. Oh, I see. Output. There you go. Should really do the. But you really should. Doing. Looks even. Kablam. Right. Will that exchange? No. I'll put a new path in. It would have been smarter to put it one further away, wouldn't it? RV4. Let's copy that one. Because if I'm going to produce something in Factorio, I'm going to produce a lot of it. I'm not going to do it by half measures. I'm going to do whole measures only. Alright. Kind of redundant at this point. The gun turrets, I don't do that anymore. Let's grab what's here. And let's get going again, I think. Ah, found the way to the bed. Right, let's head out. Let's check this out. Let's try these things out and see how they do. Either way, between how this progresses, between now and next time, I'm going to make sure that there's plenty of space. Like, if I don't get it all done, get the biters cleared out, I'll make sure it's done next for next time. So we can actually start building things again. And I do need to headache out the oil base at some point. So we might, sometime in the future, switch back to the creative map and get that done. The other thing I was thinking of doing was deleting the old, this holding station and just forcing them to come up here. Start using it. Lots of little things. This whole... Because I'm using the electric trains now, I can get rid of that. Electric trains don't need refueling. I mean, I still stopped and delivered the things, mainly for the bot's sake, but, yeah, I don't really need it. I need to check through my, notepad of commands and see if I got a nuke puddle deleting command to get rid of all the scorch marks. I mean, as impressive as scorch marks are, they're kind of ugly. But, holding off on that one. I thought of that a little while ago, but I'm gonna, yeah, on it now. I think it's also killing trees. Killing me, too. Well, it did something. Kill them faster. There goes the trees. Kinda wish they despawn. It's not killing the spawners, though. It's only killing the... biters themselves. Oh no, there go the spawners. See, it's not that, yeah, it's not that much range. That's what I thought. The range wasn't that significant. I do like how it just deletes trees, though. Oh no, it has expanded out. Never mind. Stand corrected. I thought these were short range. All this time. Oh, I was throwing those things. I thought I was throwing bots. I was like, what are they throwing? Yeah, I can get around these things. Yeah, I thought they had a very limited range, for some reason. That's why I was avoiding them. Say.
now. Yeah, it's just outright deleted them. Cave. 8k though. 158k. What about that one? 140. That's sad. 277. That's a nice one. All right, biters, how are you doing up here? Not very well. Yeah, most of these biters have been obliterated. Oh, look at that. They're small biters now. Eva was 26%. That's funny. Let's regress them back to their their primeval form. Oop. We're stuck on the ultimate enemy, the trees. Going back to what I was saying before, yes, shooting out in the water. At least it splashes now. You see that? The fish have a health bar. Dead. I mean, I should be rescuing the fish, not burning them to death. Don't question it also, how fish are able to burn to death in water. But it's a thing. Actually surprised it's still a thing though. Bye bye trees. Pre-cooked fish. Alright. Yeah, I can get around this. I don't know why I wasn't expecting the binding capsule to be even as overpowered as it is. But yeah, I like this. I like this. I'm happy with this result. I'll just clean up these stragglers at least. Oop, there was a spawner there. Can't have that. Can't have these trees either. I think that's because of the sphere of influence. I thought that's what it did. If I was to try and make sense of why I thought they weren't as effective as they are. Hey, it'd be nice to have a big radar out here, just to chart everything so I don't have to go through and look at everything. Sir, need to be dead. What do the capsules do? These things? I thought it was kind of obvious. I mean, there's no binders anymore. They've been thoroughly deleted. The range, it appears to have affected everything. Or nearly everything. See by that. Like another peninsula? Hmm. It's actually fairly defensible here. Oh. Not sure what the logic is. It seems to leave some stuff behind on purpose. Oh, we got some biters that haven't been obliterated. Weak. Yeah, it's not strong enough. It needs to be stronger. I mean, that one anti-creep capsule deleted all biter creep. Oh, you're probably stuck on 0 or something as well. Just make everyone start with 1,000 or something. And then it's just not a problem. It's one way to solve the problem of the bot being broken. I have a sneaking suspicion it doesn't affect small biters as well. I miss. How you doing? Hello. How did you win that? Supposed to have your skull drummed. Damn it. Can't allow this. Delete the trees. It's just a big sphere where the trees were. Chonk. Ka-chonk. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be affecting them anymore. Oh no, it is. Okay. Crop circles. Wasn't that crop circles? That was just some random British dude, wasn't it? Out of here, stupid trees. I'm trying to remember. It was in the crop circles thing was in England, wasn't it? I'm just randomly thinking about it. There's so many because it was it no, I'm thinking of a different one where a dude wore these shoes that he'd walk around on a beach. These giant Bigfoot style shoes. Was walking around at like a beach or something. Another one I remember. And did it for like 5 years. Eventually, either confessed to it or found out. Don't ask the Kiwi. I don't remember now. Don't need more capsules. I suppose as long as it's explored, that works. We'll just explore this area and then head down. A bad little Bit of a choke point there. Not so sure about here, though. Spiders doing work? Of course not. Haven't told them to move in a while. Okay, so it is still deleting stuff. Now that I'm not being iterated by... Yep. How they doing that, and then we'll send them back there. Okay, it's still obliterating the biters. This is good. Does that mean down here is... Yes. Yes, it is. Down there's been cleaned out. Because there was all biters around there. They're all gone. Hi, thingies. Oh no, they just died. I'll let another capsule work its magic. How does that work? Yes. That's how it works. I mean, you could look at the mod code to see how it works. Presumably, it just, the capsule just applies damage ticks over time to the entire map of all generated biters. It has been exposed to so many capsules, it's not surprising they're obliterated. Can move up and do more stuff more quicker then. I'd also assume that maybe if I leave it for long enough, it'd probably just keep doing damage ticks to the biters. Sure, there's an unexplored chunk here. Oh no. I was like, I wonder if it actually affected them. Also a chunk bound, unexplored boundary. It's actually not generating biters anymore. 500 seems like overkill now. Yeah! I mean, I did say that I didn't think they were nearly as effective as they actually were. I thought they had a max range. Because last time I played around with them, it didn't seem to affect more outside of like 100 tile radius. Something like that. Just not going to generate biters now. I mean, I can get behind that, if that is the case. I don't have more to throw at the trees. Because I've just thrown so many. Just killed everything. Permanently. Like these are all completely wiped out. I was completely wrong about how it worked. To show you shouldn't make assumptions about how things work. You should also actually test things thoroughly. Spend like 15 minutes on it. Happy genocidal accident. Yeah, it's just a small happy accident of genocide at a global scale. Oh, the spiders actually moved back to here. Where's the hole? 539. Till death divide us part. Dear. Yeah, maybe in amongst that chaos, stuff will happen. Presumably all up there is dead too. It's just interesting that up here didn't really all get killed off. What is it now? 0.4. It's interesting, it sprung back up very quickly. Beltero, how you doing? Hmm. I was actually expecting to spend multiple hours killing biters, but I guess that's kind of expedited things along, hasn't it? All that now. Always look like huge overkill from that view, but they aren't enough. They never are enough, are they? It's never enough. Alrighty. Once. Start on this one. Building spiders. Do I has an intermediate resection? Don't know that I do. I can copy one at the very least. At some point, I'm just going to need to do the biggest decon as well. Where are they going? Oh, they're over there. Is she? Landfill need? Yeah, just a little bit of landfill. Just a teeny tiny bit. Nothing dramatic. So this one, what is this one? This is melting, I believe. Well, I'll just keep the thing rolling. So much stuff. Okay. Tree in the way. Not for much longer, it isn't. Oh, look, that looks pretty good. Oh, there's still water there. You to deal with that first. Tree to landfilling. That would require. Do you mean adding a tree to landfill, as in lumber to landfill recipe, or do you mean place trees? At the very least, in this you can place trees. How you do it though? There is like a place tree thing. There we go. Yep, they're powered. Oh, calling for. Oh yeah, that's the that's the power base. Actually requesting things. Tree artillery, anti-tree artillery. Yes. Yes. Needs to burn it. Yeah. Also a good option. I mean, speaking of, turn them off. Let it do its thing. Sort itself out eventually. That's why it's got to stop periodically to let the bots catch up. Both napalm and reforestation on large scale. Well, why not have both? Is that actually still dodge there? Check. Yes. Better fix that. Things. And now just got to fill in basically that there. Twelve-lane highway? Yes, yes it is. Because the more the merrier. Say? Did you think these rail networks were too big? And then you built your own? Supposed to be collecting the fish, you know. I had to slack on the job. Got 12k. Got 12k. Vomiting, bots at the very least. Enter the monster in Discord. Uh-oh. Oh! That thing. Uh, that's a classic, guys. I've seen that one a few times. Grabbing fish before the landfill. Well, in theory, the lead one is supposed to be grabbing the fish. It just doesn't do a very good job of it. Gonna get AM5 CPU? Probably not, in all honesty. I mean, given the issues with the new X3Ds, it's probably a good thing that I held off on them. I was actually looking at the 13th Gen i7. Requires it. I mean, it sounds like a challenge. Can I cram the intersection like over here or something? I mean, and if you said that, the intersection probably takes up all this space here. Because going back to the talk of the CPU, the i7 looked pretty good comparatively. The Ryzen was really only good in a few situations, whereas the i7 was a bit more of an all-rounder. Yeah, it's been solved by BIOS updates, but it sort of shows what the state of play is. It's very much the bleeding edge. That's probably the most diplomatic way of putting it. Perhaps flying a little too close to the sun in terms of the bleeding edge, the Ryzen is. I only found out yesterday there's i9s. Yeah, i9s are a thing. They exist. In general, they're kind of been, unless they're the kind of thing that you need to know that you need them. Otherwise, they're kind of a waste of money. It's like so there used to be a series of CPUs called Intel Extremes, and the Ryzen 9 sort of falls into that category. I mean, they are more useful than the Intel Extremes by a long shot. The Intel Extremes were just stupid. Like, i9's AMD's Threadripper. I wouldn't go that far. The i9s were really just really tricked out i7s. It was just taking the i7 one step further. Threadripper, I mean, modern, having said that, like the 9900K was the first i9 in 2018 or 2019, and it had a fraction of the core count of a Threadripper. The Threadripper could run rings around the i9. That's how much of a game changer the AMD Threadrippers and such, or the Threadripper and the second gen Ryzen's were. Most of it came from just more cores and power efficiency. But yeah, the modern one, what is it, like 24 cores now? Something like that. It's a lot of cores. Or more than that. Ones that thermal throttle no matter what you throw at them. Yeah, that would have been the 12th gen i9s. Absolute furnaces. I think possibly 11th gen as well. They were hot. They were like 350 watt processors or something. Ran stinking hot. It's like a Prescott. Pentium, which was a Pentium 4, which was also terrible. Well, it was terribly fast, but it was also terrible. They ran really high. Train's going to get upset somewhere here. They ran really high clock speeds and really high voltages, and they ran extraordinarily hot. Hook it up to an air conditioner is all good. I think most of the issue was getting the oh, you're trying to get to unload that doesn't exist. It's getting the heat out of the substrate itself is part of the problem. Like my one is an 8700K, and it's pretty much running at the stock thermal limit. Like the IHS cannot pull heat out of the die any faster. That's where you get into delidding, is to get a better thermal contact. But at that point, you're really just diminishing returns. And I'm fairly certain, yes, you are correct, that LTT did attempt that. Upgrading to the better locomotives? I actually already swapped out some of the... this train is actually the cargo loco. These, not so much. Get these out of here. I do need to deal with this at some point. Kind of ignoring the problem for now, though. There's actually a few things I need to do. Because I need to get my head around the simple circuit trains as well. Still have a blueprint for the intersection. 257,000 rail, 15,000 chains, 8.8k train signals. Allegedly. Yeah, so these will all live up here now. When these are allocated, they should already be taking these. Not just when the train comes. That's not right. Not how it's supposed to behave. What train mod am I using? So I've got two train mods, well, technically three. It is electric locomotives and simple circuit trains. The electric locomotives was a very recent addition, so I haven't fully embraced it yet. And the simple circuit trains is something that I wanted to explore, mainly because I saw Intertooth using it. The electric locomotives I've used before, they're pretty cool. Lucifer actually made it. It's a very simple mod. It's one of the better one, or actually it is the best of the electric train mods, in my opinion. Unbiased, of course. Oh, it looks like sooner rather than later I need to replace these. We'll just wait till it runs out of power. Like I have actually, I do mean that too. The I have used other. Oh, you're not passing the signal. Ah, I was saying before, I have used other ones, and yeah, it was bad time. Bad time all round. Two. Train count. There's nothing on the wire. Yeah, I was saying before, one of the earliest ones that I tried, it added wires to connect everything together, and so the track was just this massive, messy ball of wire. The other thing is it used, it actually did the same thing where it used the placeholder fuel. And like I poked this with a stick too. That one's sort of working. Overblown, more than 1,000 of those sold. So the explanation, at least from a competent and rational source, is that it's a combination. You need a particular combination of everything to go against you, and then you run into the issue. There's no burn marks. I mean, it's the fact that the power stage just blows the crap out of the CPU is kind of terrifying. Yeah, the Gamers Nexus one is a very good one. Actually, is it? What did he say? He says you got to roll a 1 on the BIOS, a 1 on the power supply, and a 1 on the particular CPU revision because it's the weaker silicon that was more affected. It's a very good video. Alright, let's get rid of all this. Yep, there's a link to the video there. If for anyone who hasn't watched it, it's worth checking out. Heyo! Eoli followy. SUSE is the closest to the chipset's default manufacturers. The CPU is having problems with those. Yeah, that is the thing that's really scary, is that these were very close to the reference design. That's the thing. That's the thing that really makes it big. It's not so much the fact that it's happening; it's the fact that these are all reference designs. And as Gamers Nexus also pointed out, that the power stage actually has the ability to detect this issue. They're just not using it. Some real interesting things, hardware-wise, has been happening lately. That was the biggest problem with some of them. Some pretty custom add-in cards that simply do not work with other mobile vendors because the chipset implementation was not standard. Oh boy, I remember that rabbit hole. Oh yeah, and the SUSE doesn't measure the voltage correctly. How could I forget that? A motherboard that doesn't measure the voltage correctly. It's kind of an issue. It's kind of funny too, because the voltage that it was kicking up to only a few years ago wasn't that out of the ordinary. Like mine boosts up to can boost up to 1.5 volts. Shows you how much it's changed over time. Over the last few years. Yeah, being 0.2 of a volt off for that sort of precision measurement is terrible. Just doesn't bode well in general. Alrighty. Empty out the inventory. garbage that you shouldn't have. No, good. We'll send you back on your way. You're not gonna... try and avoid the spider going over here so it doesn't pick up mining drills and crap. Usually successful. Imagine it's not going to get most of that done, but we can only try. Lurching over the water. Have a solution. Turn the water into land. I'll name thee Watery Land. Excellent. That's another continent consumed for the ever-growing base. So, smelting, oil, go there. And there, and then go from there. Excellent. And there's number 4. Yeah, there's a lot of things to unpack from goings-ons. Oh, it got crushed by landfill. How many do I need? I think 8 or 10. I worked it out to. I think I could get away with 8, but potentially 10. So there's, what was it? I need to think about it again. So there was the crushing and the pre-processing. So crushing stone. I need to move the rare metals out of there. Making the sand into the hydrogen and chlorine. Technically, those should probably be over there, and the sand should be over there. So the sand comes into there and goes out. Like mirrored. Might do that in between times. Then the ore enrichment, as I say, that should actually go there. Probably going to change how the stone is handled though. Next one will be smelting. I had 2 smelting modules, but I'm probably going to combine them into one. I think I might be able to get away with it. So that'll be smelting. Then oil. Then I probably need a chemistry one to do all the various chemistry duties. That's a bit of a we'll see though. I need to actually sit down and think about that one though as well. I haven't fully thought it through yet. Like potentially it could also be part of. No, it can't. I need somewhere for nitrogen to be produced in large quantities. So what I mean by chemistry is that ammonia, nitric acid, as well as the lithium. Half of it will probably just be lithium. Like the amount of lithium things I need, because the electrolysis plants are so slow, is phenomenal. Then I need hydrogen to hydrogen chloride. Potentially, these should actually be further down in that case. We'll see. We'll see. What's the target? 1 pink belt of science a minute, which is 5,400 science a minute. And then on top of that, I did do some of the earlier theory buildings with builds on the bottom, but I've gone back to the original plan. The original plan was to have 5,400 one belt along the top, and then once that's running, we'll duplicate the entire thing on the bottom and double the entire base production. I have a sneaking suspicion those spiders are real still. Because that hasn't been explored away. Oh, maybe it has. I'll leave it to its thing. So yeah, so that'd be 10,800. Maybe I'll just bump it to 11,000 signs a minute. Once to double the bottom side when we get there. Going back to thinking about here, so yeah, smelting, oil, chemistry. So 1, 2, 3 smelting, 4 oil, 5 chemistry, 6 production, 7 production, 8 science. Should be it. I think. Or at least a close approximation of. A landfill? Nearly. Got like 10k. Oh, time to refill again. And it is time for me to get out of here too. Other things I need to do is I may need to maybe make more rail spiders. Just to get more done. 2 of them is a little bit underdoing it. I could just sit here and it'll take them quite a while to get through all this. Oh yeah, how it's it's in the wilderness somewhere, isn't it? Was it? Oh no, it's here. This is where the that was all burnt out. Burnt that out. Yeah, what you can maybe clean up this a little bit. Or was it? I think it was actually in here. It should be burnt out either way. Throw some poison capsules at it. So, there we go. Yeah, just all that needs to go. Would be nice to get some more robot speed too. Then they can keep up with the spiders a bit better. Alrighty. Add another one of these. And yeah, so on and so forth. I mean, this base is going to be enormous. Starting to get an idea of how just how ridiculous it is. So it's probably half the length there. Oh dear. This is taking shape. Yep. That's why. technically I could stick the landfill trains on it. Actually, you know what else I could do with that? Get the red spider on it. Literally what it's there for. Oh, you're full. Okay then. Oh, back to you. Back you go. It shouldn't get stuck now. Like that body's there. And yeah, I think that'll do it for today. Yeah, you got done. And I think yeah, there's a good place to leave it out. This may change between now and next time. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just make a few things happen in the background, and then we'll go back next time. We'll do more theory crafting. We'll get the oil done. I'm gonna have to do it. Sit down and actually figure out the oil. But that'll be for next time.